Hey, what's going on, guys? So, unfortunately, Stephan is still silent on the Yotta Bank crisis. He still has not said a word. And the funny part is, I actually covered a video with him and me, Kevin, like, a few days ago or whatever. And, he's out here doing therapy podcast, mending his relationships that he had with fellow content creators that he once beefed with for years. And it's funny because Graham can finally confront another YouTuber named Me Kevin, who he's had beef with literally for the last 2 years, and basically mend that relationship and say, I forgive you and blah, blah, blah. But he still can't, for whatever reason, conjure up the courage to speak on Yotta Bank. And I just think that that's absolutely disgusting because I pay attention to the Yotta Reddit. I'm looking on Twitter all the time. And I don't think you guys understand how serious this situation is. People are suffering. Originally, when this whole, Yotta Bank scandal happened, which literally it's been months now, when it first happened, they were saying that, some of these people who put their entire life savings into Yotta Bank would at some point be able to get it back. I'm sorry. They said that they would be able to get it back within 2 weeks. That is the reporting that I saw on reputable news sources. And so, 2 weeks is still terrible, but it's not the absolute end of the world. It's bad, but it's not so bad that folks are going to be out here, can't pay rent, struggling, whatever's going on. Now it's been months. So it turns out that 2 week timeline was just not true. It's literally been months. And I'm just seeing multiple posts of people saying that, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm losing my mind. And for those who don't understand the full story, let me fully explain it, okay? So Stephan promoted to his massive following on YouTube a few years ago a supposed bank called Yotta Bank, which, just so we know, they call it Yotta Bank, but it's actually not a bank. I just want to make that clear. They are not FDIC insured, okay? So here's the way it worked. People would put their money, and Yotta wasn't the only ones that were caught up in this whole little fintech ring, just so you know. There were other fintechs that were affiliated as well. So the way it worked is customers would watch Stephan's video. Graham's like, hey, guys, put your money in the Yotta Bank. It's a great bank. As a matter of fact, I think he said he was like an investor or something. I think he put a little bit of money and invested it, whatever. And he basically endorsed it. After that, Yotta Bank put Stephan on their website, which I posted in my other videos, and they literally said, hey guys, invest like Stephan, save like Stephan, put your money with us, not realizing that Yotta Bank was not FDIC insured. So here's what happened. When customers followed Stephan's channel or him as an influencer, and they put their hard-earned money into Yotta Bank, what happened was Yotta Bank then took that money and they gave it to a middleman. That middleman was called Synapse. Synapse was the one that worked with all these other fintech companies, whether it was Yotta or a few other fintech companies. All these fintech companies, because they're not FDIC insured, they gave it to Synapse. Synapse, as the middleman, said, okay, I am going to take this money and I'm going to give it to a bank, an actual bank that's FDIC insured, because Yotta's not FDIC insured, Synapse is not FDIC insured, so we're going to give it to an actual FDIC insured bank. That FDIC insured bank that the money was given to was called Evolve. And so what happened was everything just completely came to the light when Synapse filed for bankruptcy. Once Synapse filed for bankruptcy, it led to this absolute chaos where people could not get their money. And here's the reason why. Based on the earlier reporting that I saw, the CEO of Yotta Bank basically claimed that, hey, we gave our money to Synapse. Synapse said that they gave all their money to Evolve. Evolve came back and said no, because Yotta Bank said we gave you guys $112 million of customer funds, so you guys have the money. Synapse basically, I'm sorry, not Synapse. Evolve basically said that's not true. Synapse only gave us a portion of that $112 million, and we have no idea where the other money is. You're going to have to take that up with Synapse. That is literally what's going on. So Synapse kind of screwed this up. At least that's the way that it looks. I mean, I blame Yotta as well. I think this whole thing is scummy. And the other issue, too, is I think we should hold the government responsible as well, regulators. And the reason why is because federal regulators, for whatever reason, just like the crypto space, because you see there's a ton of scams in crypto popping up every single week, the fintech space is the same way. For whatever strange reason, the fintech space just does not have a whole lot of regulation. I don't understand how this is even allowed to happen. Some of these fintechs shouldn't even be allowed to operate. You should not be allowed to basically trick people and make them think that you're a reputable bank and get all these finance influencers and pay them all this money to tell people, yeah, Yotta Bank is safe. As a matter of fact, even I'm invested with them. And then they put their money with you, and then you're taking their money and you're giving it to a third party, and then that third party is supposedly supposed to give it to another bank. Like, that just sounds too complicated. So the first thing I want to say is, number one, for the love of God, I don't care what fintech it is. I don't care if it's SoFi, Robinhood. I don't care what it is. I personally would not put your money in any of these fintechs. That's just my personal opinion. I understand that some of these fintechs might be FDIC insured. Last time I checked, I believe SoFi is actually FDIC insured, but I'm just giving my honest opinion. Me personally, I have a few bank accounts. I got, I bank with Chase. I bank with Bank of America. I bank with Huntington. These are all reputable, pretty old banks. Like Bank of America and Chase have been around for a while. So in my personal opinion, if you're going to put your money anywhere, I would just choose those types of banks. I'll be very careful with these banks that try to tell you that, you're going to get all these perks and all this stuff. Like, I just wouldn't trust it. Okay. So now that we got through that part, I did want to go ahead and read this very sad post that I saw on Reddit, in the Yotta Reddit. So this person said, feeling hopeless. This has become dragged out so long that I legitimately forget my life savings are missing. I feel so hopeless that the money I worked so hard for is just ripped from me, and our government doesn't care enough to fix it. How is citizen income not a main concern? No one is focused on this nearly enough. I have to say this thread is the one thing that keeps me going, and I appreciate everyone. And shout out to whoever created this this Yotta Reddit, because it gives a bunch of the victims a place to feel like they're not alone. To get some sort of comfort from other people who are going through the same thing, right? And so it says here, we're all going through the same thing, and we can't stop until everyone is compensated. Still, it almost feels like nothing will ever get resolved. I emailed some government officials, but is there anything more I could do? I want to play my part as much as I can. I'm only 22 and don't really understand finances that well, or the law part, but I'm sure there's more I could do to help. So for those who don't understand, there are a lot of people who have their money stuck in Yotta and can't get it out. I mean, seriously, there are people who have their entire life savings. There are people who got $20,000, $50,000, $5,000, literally all the money that they have. And the unfortunate thing about this is they put all their money in the Yotta because they thought that it was safe. They're like, okay, this is being recommended by a YouTuber that we all believe is reputable and knows what he's talking about and is an overall good person, which I've been warning on this channel about these YouTubers. Never, ever in your life trust a YouTuber. And if you ever see a financial product promoted by a YouTuber, I would personally run away. That's all I got to say. I mean, I'm just saying, last time I checked, I've never seen a financial YouTuber do any sponsorships with Chase Bank or Bank of America or any of these reputable banks. I've just never seen it. Just saying. So something to keep in mind. So yeah. The unfortunate part is if you actually go to this Reddit, you will see a bunch of people posting stories just like this, talking about how they just feel so hopeless. They just can't believe that, all their money is literally basically gone because they really don't know where it is. Like Yotta or Evolve, whatever, is basically saying, yeah, we have your money. We just got to sort through, where it is, I guess. But in my opinion, it doesn't seem like they really have it, because if they really did, why are people's accounts still frozen, and why can't they withdraw their money out? Because there's no money to withdraw out because they can't find it. It's just an entire mess. It's a complex, absolutely sad mess. That's really what it is. And so let's go ahead and go to Graham Stephan's channel. And this guy's pathetic. As a matter of fact, going forward, this is what I think we should do. We shouldn't even call him Graham anymore. Just call him Coward. That's what I think. From now on until he says something about Yotta, I'm going to call him Coward. He is a coward, okay? So Coward's latest video, which is breaking, Federal Reserve announces upcoming rate cut. I looked through the comments. By the way, this video got released 2 days ago. Oh, great. Graham Stephan's doing another sponsor. How trustworthy. I really hope nobody clicked on that link and is engaging with this sponsor or any of the sponsors that Graham does. I think I can speak for everyone when I say we're a little tired of Graham Stephan's sponsors. Don't forget, he also did a sponsorship with FTX, and you all know how that went. And then, of course, he did a sponsorship with Yotta Bank, and again, we know how that went. But yeah, so I checked Coward's video, and I skimmed through the comments. I couldn't find anything about Yotta or Yotta Bank or Synapse or Evolve or Graham Stephan's a scammer or a clown or a liar or a cow. I couldn't find any of that. I mean, literally blocked out the words. As a matter of fact, let's play a game. Let's actually go to the video. So his latest video is breaking Federal Reserve announces upcoming rate, right? Okay, let's search the video. Because this tool right here allows you to search keywords to figure out where the comments are, right? So let's just prove to you guys that this thing works, right? So we're searching the video, right? Let me go back up. So we're searching his latest video. Let's just type in Graham and let's see what pops up, okay? Okay, so as you can clearly see, a lot of people are commenting Graham's name for whatever reason, right? You can clearly see that. There are tons of comments on his latest video with the name Graham, right? Okay, let's type in Yotta. See what pops up. Oh, wow, nothing pops up. I wonder why. Because he blocked everybody's comments. Okay, let's type in bank. If I type in bank, can I pull up anything? Okay, there's a few things with bank, but there's nothing about Yotta Bank. Okay, let's type in scammer. Nope, nothing pops up for scammer. What about grifter? Nope, nothing pops up with that. So I don't know. What about CoffeeZilla? Did he block that keyword? Oh, you can't even type CoffeeZilla. I mean, you can't type anything. I mean, it's crazy. So yeah, basically certain keywords have been completely blocked by Graham, and you guys know I just think that that's the absolute coward move to block all the keywords and once again not speak on Yotta when there are tons of people who literally got involved in Yotta based on your recommendation and they literally can't get their money out. It really is just the saddest thing ever. I really feel bad for these people. And I honestly think that Graham should lose all credibility. I'm sorry, not Graham, Coward. I think that Coward should lose all of his credibility. He should not be getting any views on his YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, I actually think he should be canceled. Because for you to promote such a terrible product completely goes against everything you stand for as a financial YouTuber. You're supposed to be the responsible one. You're supposed to be the expert. You're supposed to be the guy who knows what you're talking about. And time again, these YouTubers continue to prove that they really don't know what the heck they're talking about either. They're just entertaining. That's really all it is. So anyway, whenever people do eventually get their money back, hopefully they do, I will make a video talking about that if that ever happens. Hopefully that happens. But just going forward, stay away from these fintechs. Put your money in a reputable old. If your bank is 100 years old, you're a lot more safe. I'm not even going to say you're completely safe because even with these 100-year-old banks, you're still not guaranteed. That's the sad part. You really ain't safe no matter what. But you are safer if your bank is 100 years old as opposed to if your bank was founded in 2018. Okay? So anyway, that's today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.